We are here in Varsana right now on the Varsana Parikrama. So the Varsana Parikrama is situated around the temple of Sriji. It is said that here various deities have manifested themselves who appear in the forms of hills. Lord Rama is there, Lord Vishnu is there, and they are all carrying the Lord and His devotees on their heads on the various hills that are here. So then we came here to this place Sankarikor, and Sankarikor is the place where Krishna was performing the Dana Keli pastime, stopping the gopis who were on the way to the marketplace carrying their milk sweets, their yogurt, their butter or any other milk products, and Krishna would stop them, and along with some of the cowherd boys, especially Madhumangal. Not far from here, just here begins the village of Chiksoli, which is the village of Chitradevi. I heard from Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, I'm not sure where the story is from, but I heard that there was a storage of many milk products right here in Chiksoli, and that they went all inside, Krishna, Madhumangal and various cowherd boys, and they were feasting. They had a wonderful time when they got caught red-handed. So there was a little window and they all escaped through the window, but it was rather small. So Madhumangal got stuck in the window because he was a little bigger. So it is said that then the gopis came and they saw this round thing stuck in the window, which was the backside of Madhumangal. And then they took turns to beat on that. So, in this way, there are many joyous activities taking place here, plenty of fun, absolutely. On a somewhat more philosophical note, we can look at the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, and we see there is the Prakat Lila and the Aprakat Lila. Prakat means that which we can see. Well, there's not much we can see. I don't know what you can see, but I don't see an awful lot. I see definitely, I saw the pandas waiting and trying to get some tax. They all said tax. But no one had a peacock feather. I saw many, मैं तो काफी लोग देखता था, सब लोग बोलते टैक्स देखते हैं, कृष्ण तो नहीं देखता था, देखते हैं कृष्ण नहीं आया आज नहीं आया क्या? Today he didn't come. He's coming, he's just now coming. Yes. So, in this way, the Prakat Lila, the Aprakat Lila, the visible pastimes of the Lord, and the Prakat Lila, and the pastimes that are not visible of the Lord. So, it is by the mercy of the Acharyas that the Aprakat, that which is not visible, becomes visible to us. Sometimes people say, well, how do you know anyway that all these places are bona fide? So many stories. Story here, story there, story everywhere. They claim this place, Krishna did something, and they point here and they say, and here, put donation because Krishna was here. How do you know it is all true? Said, well, we don't, because these things are aprakat. These are invisible to us. We are not sure. But the acharyas, they make the aprakat prakat. It is because in the Bhakti Ratnakar we find a description how Raghava Pandit took Srinivas and Narottam on a parikrama in Vrindavan, and then so many places are described. And in this way, we know, and there are other books. Rupa Goswami also describes various places. So in this way, we know by the mercy of the Acharyas. Like on this parikrama, we will also go one day to Radhakund, and then we will see so many things. We see many temples, we see a place, and I will point to you, and here on the corner is where Krishna was performing swing pastimes, and you can still see the arch and so on. And there is a tree, and that is one tree left of the 5 trees that once were here. The Pancha Pandava were here in the form of trees when Raghunath Das was making, and so on. So it is the Acharyas who have said these things, and the Acharyas can describe more. They can see gods made of jewels. They can see how Govardhan is made of jeweled slabs. They can see Radha and Krishna present. We cannot see. So in one way, we are here simply hearing, and through hearing we get some idea. It is said there is Golok Vrindavan, Boma Vrindavan, and Boma Vrindavan is one, and then there is a third Vrindavan, and that third Vrindavan is the internal Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mora Man Vrindavan. Chup, chup, chup. Yahat pe. Loa ka haath hai. Chup. So in this way, we are here approaching the holy Dham, and we come in all kinds of exalted places where Krishna is performing his pastimes. And to what extent can we understand the pastimes of Krishna? When we speak about Radha and Krishna, we understand that everything they did was taking place with great intensity. Everything was done with the heart, completely. Nothing mechanical. Everything was just focused on Krishna. Totally oblivious to anything else, just Krishna, totally absorbed in just thoughts of Krishna. Everyone was like that. Sanatana Goswami describes like that. When Krishna would go to the forest, the residents of Vrindavan would just stand there absent-minded. Anyone who could see, the ones who had stayed behind, would see them standing there absent-minded. Absent-minded. And where were they with Krishna? Their mind had gone with Krishna to the forest. Their bodies had remained behind. But their mind was in full intensity with Krishna in the forest. We, on the other hand, we come from so many places, and we all come from different countries. When I look around, I see different people. I see some from South Africa, I see some from Haryana, I see some from Ukraine, I see some from Russia, from Finland, I'm seeing from, what am I seeing? Czech Republic, I'm seeing Serbia, I'm seeing, I don't know, some Australia, down under, UK, Pune, Deutschland, Holland, everyone, all the nationalities are here. And as we are here, Austria, I forgot, as we are here, part of our mind is still there. A little bit of our mind is also at home. Every once in a while we think about that place where we now came from. A moment, and then we're back here. That's the nature of the mind. So the devotees that we are talking about today, their minds are not going anywhere else. Their minds are only with Krishna all the time in great intensity. We are trying to bring our minds back to Krishna. We are here on these parikramas, it's a little hot, it's always a little sticky, the body is always feeling a little bit uncomfortable, there are always noisy people, there's always something that is sort of pulling us away to the mundane. So that makes us, in one sense, not eligible to fully comprehend what is happening here. But still, by the mercy of the Acharyas, we are also there. We are approaching such places through the words of the Acharyas and through the words of scriptures. I have written something which is part about Vrindavan, and it is about the three aspects of Vrindavan, the spiritual world, the Vrindavan on earth, and the internal Vrindavan. So that the manifestation of that internal Vrindavan is now not full. But somehow or other we are there anyway. We are there by the mercy of the Acharyas, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of our spiritual masters. We are there in that place. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vadava Giri Vadadari, all these things. We are there, and in this way we are approaching Vrindavan, the spiritual world. Yesterday I was speaking about the need for developing a desire to go back to Godhead. So we have to have some idea about the spiritual world, otherwise how could we ever desire to go there? Some think it is taboo to speak about these things when we have no adhikar, when we are not yet realized enough. How can you speak about such intimate things? Like last year we went also to the Asasaki villages, and then just recently someone commented, I listened to the recordings, but it was also Rasika. Well, it wasn't so Rasika. There are things that are a lot more Rasika than what I told. But what it was, something about the spiritual world. Krishna is so kind, he manifests something of the spiritual world when he comes on this planet. And ultimately, to prepare us, to give us a glimpse, to give us some understanding. So in this mood, we are approaching, knowing that we hear the stories, knowing that we appreciate to an extent the pure devotional service, the Krishna Prem of Srimati Radharani and all her Gopi associates and all the other residents of Vrindavan. To an extent, we can appreciate. I was thinking about the three modes of material nature, and I was thinking what a great difference there is between the three modes of material nature. Say you see a person who is completely in tamagun, maybe some half madman. His clothes, you can see here in India sometimes. Yesterday we saw one, at least I saw him. He was so dirty. Dirt caked upon dirt, caked upon dirt, caked upon dirt, right? Urine smell emanating from him. Laughing, totally mad. And all over the world we see so many bums living on the street, totally intoxicated, addicted to this drug, that drug, and so on. Mode of ignorance. Then see someone in the mode of passion. Like a typical example of a country in the mode of passion is Switzerland. Because in Switzerland everything is beautiful. You go to Switzerland and you see beautiful houses, beautiful gardens, beautiful flowers under the windows, beautiful fences, everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nothing, no dirt like here. You would not see that in Switzerland. It doesn't exist. Then someone said, well, isn't that in the mode of goodness? No, it's not. Because it has all been created to enjoy the material world. Therefore it's in the mode of passion. Right? It's in the mode of passion. It's an example of the mode of passion. The mode of goodness is all dedicated to self-realization, to purification. And then there's cleanliness. And then there are beautiful arrangements, and so on. And we see people in the mode of goodness who are peaceful, who behave with compassion and kindness, and so on. But how do such people compare to the devotees? How can a Brahmana compare to a devotee? In terms of a Brahmana may be very detached and may be very fixed about the mode of goodness, but what about his attachment to Krishna? And how can any devotee of Krishna compare to a pure devotee of Krishna? Now, in the Bhakti Sandarbha it is said there are three types of pure devotees. Those who have both feet in the material world, their eyes on the spiritual world, one foot in the material world, one foot in the spiritual world, and those who have a spiritual body like Narada Muni, 2 feet in the spiritual world. So many levels of pure devotees. So we are not like that. So we are simply here to appreciate, to try and appreciate the spiritual world, so that we can develop a little bit of desire to go back to Godhead, instead of harboring desire to stay in the material world. And then we are here to pray for some mercy. All the dust here, people are covering their face for the dust. And that dust, yes, it is very sacred dust. This dust is invested with transcendental power. So we are here to appreciate that we are getting mercy, and we're praying to get more mercy and strength, and that we can get a little bit more focus on Krishna instead of thinking about so many other things. See? That is our meditation. In this way, we will have a parikrama, and with that parikrama we'll have kirtan. And it says that one can chant the holy name, and because we are chanting without any material motive, because we're simply chanting because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, who told us that by this chanting we can get pure love of God. Nobody here is chanting to become rich. Nobody is chanting for any material benefit. We're not chanting Hare Krishna to fix our back. Although I wouldn't mind if my back would be fixed. But, and while we're at it, why not the front, the top and the bottom as well, everything in between. But we're not chanting for that purpose. We are chanting for love of God, by Prabhupada's mercy. And therefore, our kirtan is the echo of the pure kirtan of the pure devotees. And therefore, it is said that in the Holy Dham, so many pilgrims are coming. And all these pilgrims, they bring with them their karma. And they're all depositing that karma. So today, we have to clean the parikram path from all that karma by chanting Okay. Chup. Hut. Hut. Jump. Hare. So not in a proud way are we saying that that our chanting can purify the Dham, but simply by representing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, Srila Prabhupada's movement, and the pure goal of love of God. It can purify even the Dham. So that's part of our service also, to make the Dham more transparent. For many years, I had the good fortune of serving in Vrindavan, in the Krishna Balaram Mandir, in various services. And over time we realized that our service in this Vrindavan Dham is to make the layer that covers the Dham a little bit more transparent. So in that way, we also do that service. And for the rest, we are here to pray today, praying that we ourselves will become more focused in our spiritual life, that we develop a desire to go back to the spiritual world, because that desire will give us the strength to go back into the material places where we come from, and there continue to preach Krishna consciousness. Okay, so we will carry on walking, and I don't see Panchaja. Yeah, there you go. Can you lead kirtan for one?